No, I feel like playing Nilo this game. So I'll just
Yeah.
fucking Nilo him and then
Okay.
there's no reason to.
Yeah,
I
because you
think it's just like
see,
a bad habit.
it is. Uh, because look at the win rate. If we look at the win rates,
Yeah.
they tell a story. See what's happening when we randomly play the other
Yeah.
ones, right?
Yeah.
The first thing that happens is the race to level 2, the level 2 race.
Mm-hmm.
So they can hit the minions first, and they will kind of establish push, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in one wave and one melee minion, they get, or 3 melee minions for a dual lane, they get level 2. So now they have established push and they can get level 2 faster. And that's a bit of a problem because then they can fight you. Because what do you think? Yeah, what do you think they can fight you if they get level 2?
They'll just hit their level 2, and then since we're still level 1, because we weren't able to push, they're just gonna jump on us.
Yeah, they get access to another ability and level
Higher stats.
another level gets base stats. Yeah.
For some reason I decided to trade here, which is really bad. So I took MFQ and then I decided to trade again. So I took like an auto key or something, and then we decided to just back off because they hit 2.
Yeah. So here comes the second wave. They're gonna hit level 2 when they've killed these, and they have the push here because they didn't have to leash. So we're gonna be on the defense here.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the matchups, real quick, we can talk about the matchup too. It's just like really basic lane stuff.
Yeah.
And you said you struggled with lane, so let's talk about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to the matchup, it's usually the support that decides the matchup bot lane. Because if you think about it, the ADCs are quite similar. They're like they deal AD, they're ranged, and they're gonna auto attack. Right. So it's usually the support who decides the matchup. And in this case, we have two. I guess there are 3 different types of supports. We will have like the catch supports, the catch / all in. And then we will have the poke supports. I usually do poke scale. And then we will have the trade support. It's like trade / sustain, right?
Yep.
It's a bit like rock, paper, scissors, right? Trade is gonna beat poke, or like sustain is gonna beat poke, and catch is gonna beat or poke's gonna beat catch all in, and then catch is gonna beat trade sustain. But what's going on here is that if your support has catch all in, then that's the type of matchup. If the support is poke, let's say Vel'Koz, Serath, Brand, Zyra. And they can also be, a support can be 2 of those. So let's say Zyra is a bit of catch because she has her E, right? If you're familiar with Zyra. And she can also poke.
Yep.
So this is important to think about. It's important to think about because you want to put like the matchup in a certain category because that's how you win and lose it. The way you win the matchup, you have a rel support there. So which category do you think rel is going to fit into?
Catch all in.
Yeah, catch all in. So the way you win is by all in and her catching, right? Her hitting her CC spell, right? That would be her catch. If she hits that, you will probably win the trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, so if it was like a all in versus all in matchup, right? And like the ADCs are quite different. So like you're playing Zeri versus Vayne or something.
Yeah.
They're both quite weak early, I'd say, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah, sure.
What would the thing be? Because a lot of times what happens is it's all in versus all in, but one side of the matchup is playing a weaker ADC. So it'd be like as in this case it'd be all in versus all in, but it's MF versus Zeri. So like MF is gonna out damage me a lot quite early, like especially because she took ETA as well.
Yeah, sure.
So like, would we play for trades or what exactly would we put? What's like our goal on this side of the matchup?
Well, like you kind of had the same type here. He saw the Pantheon is also catch all in. Usually, the difference between catch all in is that all in is like 100% CC, point and click. Think Alistar, think Pantheon, think like Leona Flash Q, stuff like that.
Okay.
And this would be more Pike, Blitzcrank, Thresh, Rel E, right? Some kind of skill shop. But yeah, they're quite similar here. So it's true that you have to think about like, okay, who, since we're similar, like who wins level 1? And yeah, they probably win in this case. But I mean, if you have the push here, you're just gonna win.
Level 2.
Like if you have the wave, that's why level 2 is so important. So honestly, they just win now because they have the wave. They have the push advantage. That's why it's important to, like, if you can get the push, that is great. Because you're gonna get level 2 first, you're gonna have the bigger wave, so you're gonna be the offense. And the reason that is because if they fight you into the bigger wave, they're gonna have to deal with all the extra minions, and that's a big thing early game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, so in general, like, you win if Red hits her catch. They win if they dodge that, right?
Yeah.
And they win if they hit Pantheon catch, and you win if you dodge that. So that's why it's important to think about these kind of stuff. Let's say they had a Soraka support. They would be in trade, sustain. So they want to trade because if they trade, Soraka can just heal it back up and they win. Which means they want to trade, that's their win condition, and you want to avoid their win condition. So you want to avoid trading. You don't want to walk up and trade autos because they're just going to heal back up. So that's a really good baseline to like think about matchups. Okay. So yeah, they have the push here. They just need one more melee now for level 2. And they got the push because it didn't leash. They will hit level 2. No. See?
I knew I shouldn't have done that, but I still walked up.
Yeah, it's okay. We weren't in the thing is, like, Pantheon could even flash W. He could even like flash W. And you would probably lose half your HP even if you flash after.
Right. It's a really bad idea. The thing is, like, in lower elos, I've noticed, in my elo specifically, a lot of times I don't get punished for doing really bad mistakes. And like I know after, like, I made a really bad mistake, but I just never got
I can say, like, in Bronze 1, I can say with probably like a 95% like confidence that they had no idea they were going to hit level 2 after those 3 melees. They just don't know that, and that's it, right? So that's a big thing. Like, if you just start getting into lane faster, maybe telling your jungler you want to play for the lane, and you start pushing a bit for level 2, and you start preparing for, you're gonna hit level 2 after you kill like those 2 melees or whatever, and then you start moving forward in preparation, and then you ding 2 and they're like next to you and you just win. Like, that's how you can just win right away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because they will have no idea.
Yeah. My CS in this game, or early game, was pretty bad since I haven't played Zeri in a while before this game.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on.
Properly at all.
Do you use attack move?
Yeah, I use a click.
Okay.
I use the one with
good.
With only one click.
So why this game? Is you just picked like a random game, or were you confused about anything in particular?
In this game specifically, it's because I feel like I didn't really do anything at all, even though like my team was in such a huge like advantage. Like we had such a huge advantage. Like, I just didn't do anything with it at all. Like I couldn't really farm properly. Like I didn't catch sideways, or not sideways, but I didn't catch farm properly at all. And then my positioning was like pretty bad, even though like the Amumu ganked a few times. The way I just played overall was like kind of bad.
Yeah, you see these are really bad CS to miss when you just like you're not under pressure at all. You just whiff it, like this. But like, it's fine. It's gonna happen. But okay, here's the catch. She missed it. Well, she did hit her Q. But she whiffed the E.
Yeah. would have died if she hit it.
Yeah. So like initially, like what I'm thinking, because this is why it's important to think about the matchup. When you see her miss this, I'm thinking, oh, we lost.
Yeah, we don't go in.
Yeah, we probably just back. It's okay for her to fish for it. Now she might like take a bunch of return damage, but usually you're gonna lose now because she missed her stuff, right? She missed her catch. But you guys keep fighting, and we kind of just like, we're also tanking the range creeps here.
Yeah.
They are not tanking our range creeps. And range creeps deals more damage than melee creeps, and in the early game they deal a lot of damage because we are very low HP.
I would have definitely died if he hit the W on me instead of the row.
Yeah. Another tip is when you're fighting, you should pop your potion right away.
Okay.
This potion is I believe it's 125 or 150. I should know this. I think your refillable is 125.
Refillable is 100 now, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, they nerfed it at some point, so I actually don't.
Yeah.
For the longest time, it was 125. Maybe they nerfed it.
I think this one could be wrong.
Yeah, this could be 125 now. It was 150 before. But anyway, it's a lot of health, right? Early game, you have 800 health right now.
Yeah.
It's a big part of your pool. So just using it right away in the fight will give you extra stats, extra HP. Okay. And you see you're not using it right now. See, it should be running right away, right? Now you pop it.
Too late.
So, but yeah, that's a small detail. Like I'm just kind of giving you a bunch of stuff right now. I would say the most important things of what I've talked about is like thinking about the matchup and thinking about the level 2 race. That's the most. That's like the fundamental pillars of bot early.
Yeah. And then I
would have died. Ooh, dude, it would have died, yeah.
And then look at what I just did. So like right there, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. Like my brain wasn't functioning at all because like I shouldn't have been in that range in the first place. Like I could have W'd from longer range and I could have beat back or something. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly.
Let's see this again. Dodge the Q would have died. He just flashed auto W. She just flashed auto. You could have flashed actually. You could have flashed now.
Yeah, maybe that was
but then you would have had to anticipate her flash, right? So
yeah.
It's not bad. 2 for 1. Now your support got the kills, but it's not bad. The unfortunate thing right now is that the wave is gonna push out. I'm gonna mention these things, but I understand like it's gonna be very overwhelming right now in the beginning.
To be fair though, I do understand a lot of this. I just don't use it when I'm playing the game, I'd say.
Okay.
Like, I understand the concept.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then, like, sure. So, yeah, it's the hard part, right? Like if you take a concept in isolation, people understand it, but then when you play the game, you have to juggle everything, and if when you're new and you haven't practiced that much, it's gonna eat a lot of your mental stack. Like I talk about the mental stack, it's like let's say you have 100 points. These are 100 like attention points that you can put into something in the game. And a newer player might have to spend 80, 90 points on just controlling their character in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then they have like no space left to think about like, oh, the wave, oh, I'm taking the range creeps, oh, I'm not clicking my potion, oh, I'm thinking about the matchup, the map, right?
It's always when I get into the game, like I notice like after a few minutes, I just stop like thinking about all the things, and I'm just like playing autopilot, and it's usually like 5 minutes into the game, like I just stop thinking altogether.
Yeah. So let's talk about the general improve. So the general idea for this, you understand like what I mean with this like mental stack metaphor. Yeah. So you would, let's say the potion, right? Mm-hmm. The way you would do that is you would really focus on that for a while. Like really hammer that in so it's in your muscle memory. So every time you fight, you just click the potion. So in the beginning, you might need to think about it like, okay, I'm fighting now. I have a potion. Let's click the potion,
Yeah.
right? But as you just keep practicing that, it just turns muscle. You will just do it automatically without thinking. So you kind of pull this like the amount of attention points or like the amount of space it occupies in your mental stack gets reduced all the time until it's like super low and it's like automatic. You didn't even know you clicked the potion. You just click the potion, right?
Yeah.
This would be the way. But the way you will have to do it is that you focus purely on that until it's automatic.
Yeah.
People focus on too many things. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on the wave state. I'm gonna focus on clicking the potion, the matchup, the map, and yeah, everything is good, right? But you can't do that. Like nothing will turn automatic if you spread yourself that thin.
I think that's what I've been doing often now. Like I'm trying to do too much at once instead of learning one thing at a time. So
Yeah. Okay, but we know why this trade went poorly, right? Boom,
yeah.
we missed our catch. Boom, we're tanking the range creeps, right? You attack them in the range of the range creeps. You see that they turn. Right, look at the range creeps. We attack. Boom, they switch aggro. Now you're aggroing them.
Yeah.
Boom, we didn't use our potion. We went coal, so we get no HP. Is another thing, right? We went coal. This is an investment.
Yeah.
We sacrifice early HP compared to the Dorans for a gold payout later when we farmed 100 CS.
Yeah.
And we get one less AD. You see, MF went for the Doran's blade.
Yeah.
So when we fight like this, we have 80 less base HP, which is a big deal early. We have less AD, and yeah, we're just gonna be weaker. So we kind of like her win condition for her to get value out of this item would be, hey, I'm gonna fight early. For us to get value out of this item would be, hey, I'm not gonna fight early, I'm gonna farm. And when I've hit 100 CS, I'm gonna get a big payout and she gets no payout. And this item doesn't build into anything. So you can notice like how a lot of things kind of we broke a lot of rules and that's why we lost. No, it actually turned pretty well. Actually, like we got 2 for 1. So
I didn't deserve it. And then here I just had to wait for the route to come back because they came into lane faster.
Now we have the push, so we're on offense. Yeah, we have to wait for Rel though. But we have a big wave here, so we wait for Rel, and I think we just push out.
Yeah.
The general idea, another idea, I'm just like throwing a bunch of like fundamental ideas on you here, and we'll see what sticks and what doesn't. You can go back. I'll send you the recording after.
Okay.
And you can go back and like listen to it. But the general idea here is that when you have a big wave, like you want to crash the wave, right? You understand what I mean with crash?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to crash the wave, meaning you want to push the wave so it fully goes in under tower. Because the worst place to have the wave would be like just outside of their tower here.
Yeah.
Because you're vulnerable to getting ganked and they're really safe. So we always want to crash. So when I see you have a big wave like this, and I see that their wave is kind of far, another concept here, right? I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you can see, if you look at the map, you can see you have your wave here. The waves are mirrored, so they would also have their wave.
Over there.
Yeah, their wave would be here, so it's kind of far away. So right now I would think, okay, we have a huge wave, their wave is far away. I'm gonna shove this in immediately so it crashes. Because if you don't do that, the next wave comes in and you might run the risk of the wave getting stuck here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like, there's a billion videos on wave management, but that's like 90% of wave management. You want to crash the waves. You have the push here, so.
Yeah, here we saw Viego's getting chased by our Vel'Koz and a Mumu.
Okay.
And then I jump in.
Velkos is here. Wait, what's going on here? We push in the wave, great.
Yeah.
We join this fight, okay. Amumu flashed out and we E in. Rel goes in though. Where's their mid laner? I'm scared of their mid
Their mid
laner.
laner died.
Oh, really?
Saw their mid laner dead on map before the view was getting chased.
Okay, yeah, their mid laner's there. Oh, careful there. No, don't do it. Oh, nice. I was not trusting the dive there, but fair enough.
And we just left. And then here it was really bad. Because I noticed that I needed to push in the wave really late. So I did this. I did ping her, but by then it was like too late. We probably should have just backed from early on.
Okay, yeah. So right now we have kind of low resources. We have quite a lot of gold, almost 1k. We'll definitely want to recall, right? So the idea would be either we recall right away, or we push out and recall, which is generally smart, right? Because we get extra gold. We crash the wave, which buys us time. We get rid of their wave, so they have no wave to push. And it crashes on the tower, so we have extra time to back and not lose anything. So that's what you go for here. But this is a cannon wave too, which takes longer to push, right? Because there's a big fat cannon minion that you also have to kill.
Yeah, I pinged, but then it's like by this time it's already too late because the MF was coming back.
Okay, let's see. She has relic, so she can use relic on the big one. Attack the big one.
And then yeah, we saw MF. So
yeah, now this is very problematic.
Yeah, I was like, I was really trying to get the cannon.
So yeah.
I just decided, okay, I'll leave. And then we somehow managed to make it out because the Pantheon wasn't punishing any mistakes.
So the bad thing now would be if they had a freeze, right? Do you know what a freeze is?
Yeah, when they have like 4 or 5 minions more than the.
Okay, I'm genuinely surprised by how much you know for playing.
To be fair, like I've like watched a lot.
Okay, that's great. I mean, that makes my job easier, right? We can get into the details. Yeah.
This game I didn't know what to build, so like I did decide to build boots. I usually like just rush the item depending on what I'm doing. Like I wouldn't have normally built boots, but like I didn't know whether I wanted Storm Razor or Static, so I decided to just buy boots. I'm not sure which of those to do or not.
Let's go back. Actually, let me see.
So I looked at their team comp. I was like, no, I was like, fuck it, I'm just buy boots.
I would buy. Wait, let's see. You buy boots. How much do you have? I would actually get. I would get longsword refillable.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be. So generally, I want to think about it is. Gold unspent is useless, right? It's not making you stronger at all. You can have a billion gold, doesn't make you stronger. So if you manage to spend all of this 560 gold, you will probably get you'll get all of that value, right?
Yeah.
So you want to spend as much of your gold as possible. That is generally going to be a good buy. Now, on your first base, if you can get a refillable, that's OP.
Okay.
Refillable is going to be OP.
Usually depending on the matchup, I buy pots. So like for this matchup, I was thinking, oh, like I already have call for sustain, and I had the red buff, and I was thinking, oh, even if I do get caught, you know, I most likely will dive. I get caught in a bad position, so I just won't buy pots. I think that's a bad idea, right?
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Okay. First of all, your red buff will not last long, so that's not like that's. I feel like that's not a valid argument. And the call is very weak sustain. You get 5 HP per auto. It's quite weak. Okay. So like refillable, it's just broken.
Yeah.
It's just really good. Like early game when you have low HP, because it's flat HP, right? The potions are flat HP. They don't scale into the game. That's why you don't buy potions when you're level 10 and 12.
Yeah.
So they're really OP in the early game, and they're almost always useful. So like if you can buy refillable on first back, always do that.
Okay.
If you watch pro play, you're gonna see
they always do it.
They always do it. They would never have 150 gold base here on level 4 and not buy a refillable, unless they had like a Soraka, maybe. Even then, they will probably get refillable, right?
Yeah, so worth it. I'll add that to my list then.
And we also went boots, right? Boots
Yeah.
is great, but you see that refillable is 150,
Mm-hmm.
boots is 300, longsword is 350. So I see you bought boots now. You had enough for a refillable, and
Yeah.
you would have had you would have been able to buy longsword and refillable,
Yeah.
maybe even a control word as well, right? 75 gold. Try to buy you should always have like, I always say like try to have one placed at all time. If you find yourself absolutely spending 1 billion gold on control words, then that's bad. But maybe you're putting them in a bad spot then, so they're always getting taken.
Yeah. And then from this point on, like I just really didn't do much. Like I saw that Mumu was coming in because he pinged us, and then I just didn't do anything. My team is just
Yeah.
winning the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect. They're just overextending. Notice their wave spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they kind of crashed it right now. No, they didn't crash it. That's the worst possible.
Could be, yeah.
Okay, nice. What we want to do now is push.
I decided to
He's
get a
ping
flanker.
Drakes. I like, yeah, push out. This is great. The reason you want to push out first is because you get the wave. They're not here to defend it. You crashed your wave, which means since they're dead and they're not here, they're going to lose the wave to the tower. So they don't get the gold, they don't get the experience. And you get to pick up all the golden experience by killing the wave. And yeah, you can even pick up a plate here. I think your team is so strong here, so they can just they don't even need immediate help. Yeah, that was perfect. Like, I'm really happy to see you just pushed in the wave, got a plate, because you got the wave, you denied the wave, and you got a plate, and you still got Drake.
And then here I think I pinged the rel to go back, but and then I was trying to find a back timer because I was close to static shift.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold, so we actually want to back. I was gonna say you can freeze this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have 4 extra minions here.
Yeah.
Amumu's kind of down here, which means they need to overextend. You can, if you freeze it, you have the wave here. Now they're really scared, right? They have to walk up all this way, and Amumu can come down. But we have a lot of gold, so I think it's fair to just say like, I'm just gonna try to push. You probably can't crash this wave, right? You're probably gonna have to crash next.
The next wave, yeah.
But yeah, now they kind of get the push. Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking here that the rel was pretty weak, so like we might lose a 2v2 if we do overstep.
Yeah, she's very weak. She just has to recall, quite frankly. Like, it's actually not useful that she stays here.
She decides to back here, but she gets
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, she stands too close. She gets, yeah, she will get eats. Usually you want to sync your recall with your support, but when she's this low, it's just like meaningless to be for her to be here. She might as well recall because she's useless here anyway. So even though you get desynced recalls, it's like it's just better to. They have Dirk. Dirk is like a really strong early game, by the way, because you get lethality. Lethality is really good against targets without armor. And early game, you have very low armor. Nobody has built any armor.
It was really bad because this game, I wasn't paying attention because I had our last game from the game before, so I wasn't looking at my shards.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I had no armor runes this game against double AD.
Yeah.
I noticed that after like at the start of the game, and I was like, oh shit.
They're very strong early game champs too, the MF and Pantheon. So like, notice how there's a bunch of like. This is League in a nutshell. There's so many different kind of knowledge tidbits that come together. Oh, MF has the Doran's Blade, right? It's skewing towards early game. Oh, MF bought the Dirk. It's skewing towards like early game damage. Oh, you had the MR rune. Oh, she's MF. She's strong early. Anyway.
Yeah, this is like one of the main reasons I was like super scared. Before we got to Ling, I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do?
Okay, now you're kind of low. See how awkward it is with desynced recalls, by the way? Now your support here, full resources, ready to fight, but now you're like, I have a lot of gold and I'm kind of low.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just really wanted to back here.
I think you need 2k for Shiv. I'm not sure. Maybe
1.7.
2,100. Oh, is it 1.7?
Yeah, it's 3K, and I already
Well, there
have
you
it.
have it. So I would actually maybe back here. So usually this is another fundamental. Back on C waves. Why do you think backing on a C wave is smarter than
Harder to push in.
harder to push in? And there's another reason.
I'll be back in time because the tower's gonna be focusing the cannon minions.
Yeah, man. Like I'm genuinely surprised. Like how much you know. That's insane. Like you have more info than a bronze one player for sure right now.
Yeah.
Like there's platinum, emerald, like almost like there's diamond players that don't really know. That don't really know that. So
I just wish I would be able to like use it while I'm in game. I just autopilot way too much. It's really bad. And so this wave, I was thinking of slow pushing this until the next wave came in and then crashing it. I think that's what I was doing.
Yeah, tanking a bit of MFQs.
Pretty bad. I just hate the way it heads because like sometimes I'll be next to the like beside the other minion.
Yeah, tanking the Panth Q here.
Yep.
So usually, so here's the thing with the game, right? There's the knowledge part, the macro part, and then there's the micro part, right? You can have a lot of players in Diamond that probably they don't know much about the game, but they're just so skilled on hitting skill shots and the kiting and the mechanical part of the game that they can just brute force. Like they can have like a shitty wave state and like base on non-C waves and all of that shit. But if they're just gonna hit all of the skill shots on you, it doesn't matter what you know, right? So it's important for me to say that too, so you don't get like, well, I'm supposed to be like emerald because this is a huge part of the game, right? So
yeah, I feel like that's like what I'm really extremely bad at. My mechanics are just beyond terrible. I've noticed like a lot of the times, it's a fight that I should be completely winning because I come up on items, like I have the goal advantage and stuff like that, but I still lose only because like I misclick and then.
Yeah, okay, but it's good. Like I feel like I'm starting to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe it's the mechanics part here that's like the micro part that is going to give you the most value because it seems like it's not the knowledge that, at least now, that I feel like you're lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we push base. Like we really want a base, right? We have a ridiculous amount of gold. Okay.
Yeah, so I remember this game. I remember this game specifically. For some reason, once again, like I'm just not thinking at all because like normally I'd decide to base here. I just didn't base here, and like it took me a while because I was just standing around for like no reason. Because I remember I decided to push the wave in, and then I stood still for a few seconds after with like nothing in mind. I was just like, what am I gonna do here?
Here?
And yeah, because like I should have instantly based.
Yeah.
But it took me a while because I was like thinking, and then.
I was thought you like wanted to escort the wave in.
Yeah, no, I was not thinking of that at all. I was just thinking I need to get out of here.
Because they could freeze here if the Pantheon is probably above Emerald. He moves up here, tanks the wave, and then you're gonna have the wave state here, and then the minions are gonna attack it, and you're gonna lose the entire wave, and you're gonna have to overextend. But
bronze supports do that. Like they just hold it on me.
Yeah, any support can do it, but yeah, he doesn't do it. So yeah, so this usually indicates that you're not thinking ahead really.
Yeah.
So like right now you should be thinking, okay, what should I do? Like I have a lot of gold I want to base, okay? Why don't I base now? Well, there's a wave here, so I'm gonna lose creeps. It's better if I push it in, crash it, and then base, right? So okay, I'm gonna crash and base. But here, you're just kind of autopiloting, like you said. You push in, and then you're like, now you're like thinking, what do I want to do? But you should have thought about that.
Too late, yeah. I already lost like time.
Yeah.
And I think I lose a wave or something because I came late, yeah.
Well, we're big now. Let's see, what does MF have?
Amumu comes and then we double kill.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you're huge. Okay, they died. Push. Unfortunately, you got the 2 kills. We talked about the low E. Like, we would prefer the gold on you, but it's okay, right? I would never.
It's like the other bad thing is a lot of times the support or the jungle do get the kills. Especially when it's like low eco supports or jungles.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is because I didn't properly lasted the kill, so it's like I can't blame anybody but myself.
Yeah, it's fine. It's actually like it's not bad. I know a lot of people like tilting like, oh, they kill steal.
No.
It's not.
But
It's
we still
fine.
got the kills. And then
Yeah,
we
you
got
still
the
get gold
as well.
too. Like ideally, you get the gold, but it's still fine. Like a Mumu, it's not. He's not bad when he gets gold either. So okay, we pushed in the wave. He ulted. Nice. Probably recall. I'm thinking recall.
Recall, okay.
Why am I thinking recall here? What do you think?
No mana.
Yeah, and 1k gold.
Yeah, I came over here and I was thinking like I pinged the furt just so I can get maybe one like a single furt to stay in lane for a bit longer, and then I was like, fuck it.
And in your wave state, right? You just shove the wave, so you can see here. It's kind of hard to see this, but you can see their wave is your wave is here, so their wave is here. So you have a lot of time, right? You're not going to lose anything. Now you could also argue that you have 2 stacks left on your coal, so that would be nice to get before we base. But I think I would just base because you have no mana now. So you do have the shiv though, so you can probably like delete the wave and then recall after. Get your coal stacks. That's not bad. Let's see what you do though.
I don't know.
Okay. No, don't go to your red. No. It's not that important. See, like that's just you misprioritize. What's important here is to delete the wave ASAP and back. Here you kind of like prioritize wrong, and you're like, I'm gonna last hit the ward to optimize my gold because you want the gold rather than rel, but we delay the wave now. And now if Pantheon was a bit better, maybe he would have been here and he would moved up, and then it's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
He wants to hold the wave, and then we're gonna stop him from holding the wave, and suddenly their jungler's here, and now we have no mana, and you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we should base. Why don't we base? See, we have some recall timing issues here. He doesn't hold the wave, just base.
Yeah.
Press B right now. You can press B and you can look if it crashes. If he holds it, you can cancel your back.
Right.
But you even saw him at the trier, so okay, we're wasting time here. Now you're hitting a ward.
And then this is really bad because they come on us and the rel ends.
Yeah, she's almost dead. No, he's so low. You're sitting on so much gold and you have no mana.
Yeah, and then so I didn't take a recall on my own. I was forced to take it.
Yeah, and now you try to recall, but they're pushing the wave. Now you can't recall. You're gonna lose the entire wave, and now you cancel it. See, so we're missing. So I would probably say the recall timers right now seems
really bad.
Yeah, try to find recalls. And a high value recall is it's your gold. If you're high gold, and you can finish like a big item, and you're low on resources, that would be a high value recall.
Okay.
And if you can recall, a high value recall also means that you recall without losing much, right? So let's say you crash the wave and you have a big timing, right? Their wave is far away, so you're not losing anything. Here, you're going to lose the wave if you back. That's why you didn't back.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for recalls. Recall. Recall. You have timing. Look at the wave. The wave is far away. We just deleted the wave. Recall. You have a lot of gold. Low mana. Recall. Still not recalling, right? This is bad. Yeah. We don't want to get involved in a fight right now. Where we have a lot of gold we haven't spent. We're low mana, so we're just gonna like throw down one ability and then we're out of mana. And we're gonna be useless. This is so bad.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I think oh fuck.
Because what's also is bad is your rel. You desynced with the rel, right? She's coming back to lane. You don't want to recall when she's back in lane.
Right.
You wanted to take the recall right away, so you actually could kind of sort of match her and come back to the lane with her with your gold spent. I would just AFK here. Yeah, you're just sitting on way too much gold and you're low mana. So you're weak, right? You're just weak. You could have been way stronger. Like 2k gold is an insane amount of gold. And then your team is smurfing here.
Yeah, they're just winning. So it's like this is what I was talking about earlier. Like I didn't really do anything. Like I could have been like, user advantage that they gave me. So here's the thing. They're gonna be games. Your team just wins, and you don't really need to do anything. You just win. And there's also gonna be games
conversely, right, where you lose and you can play out of your mind and you just lose because, well, your team just lost, right? But most of the games, absolute majority of the games, you're going to be in control and you're going to be able to impact it, right?
Yeah.
And that, like, it would matter big time here if there was like a fight that you would have to be in and you hadn't spent your 2k gold, then you would be ooh.
Yeah, if we weren't up like fucking 10k gold or something, it would have been completely different. Like I would like been able to fight that.
Oh, please recall. Oh my
I
god.
have to.
Oh my god, no, you have to recall here. Like what?
Oh, okay.
This is ridiculous.
I didn't recall until I had 3,400 gold. So
No.
I remember too.
Okay, that is not even bronze. That is like iron type stuff, right? That's like iron type stuff.
I took tier 2. I took the tier 2 bot as well. So like I full bought an IE before I came back.
That's ridiculous. Like that's ridiculous. Like that you're gimping yourself for no reason.
Yeah.
No, you have to base here. This is ridiculous. Like this is huge.
We go mid and then we take the tier 1 there and then we get another fight and then I go bot and then
you know, like listen, like when I talked about like the level 2, use your potion in the fight, that's like 0.01% of how important this is. Not recalling here. Like this is the big fucking thing. Like you're gonna get, this is what's gonna hold you back. Yeah.
I would have been really strong. But...
Like forget about fucking using potion in fights. This is like huge. If there anything you take away from this session is that you back with
a lot earlier. Okay.
You take the tower here, you clear the wave.
Yeah.
Boom, insta recall. You have timing here, right? Why waste time to do anything else right now?
No idea what I was thinking.
Because you want to be efficient, right? You want to quickly get to the resources.
Yeah.
Now we have to run somewhere to get resources. Where? Potentially the Gromp. That's kind of useless. And then potentially running all the way to mid. Like that's horrible. We can recall and run to mid, right?
Yeah.
And be there like at the same time. And have a huge item and be like twice as strong with full mana. Yeah. But you decide to just not recall.
Yeah.
So like we go ward here, we take a ward, and then we're actually mid. Like really, like think about this. In another universe, where you recalled instead, and you know about how important that was. Let's say after this session, let's say you would have played this game after this session, and you just knew how important that was. You would have recalled there. You would have been back here, and you would have been here right now.
Yeah.
This would have been you, and you would have spent all this gold. You would have had full mana, and you would have been twice as strong as you right now.
Yeah.
Think about that. By just like knowing that.
Yeah.
And you would have been at the same spot. Like you didn't gain time now. You walked all this way.
I took wards as well.
Yeah, and you took a ward for 20 gold or something.
I missed that too. And then we take this. Like I feel like the only reason why, I'm not gonna say the only reason because I feel like I would have done this in a different game as well. It's because of the huge advantage that our team had. Like it's like at some point this game was kind of unwinnable for them. So
yeah. I mean, you don't get punished. No way you go
back to I'm telling you, I backed on an IE like at 3,500 gold or something.
It's like a massive blind spot. Like it's a massive blind spot.
Terrible.
This is like watching.
At some point, I did like when I was sitting at like 20 something hundred. I was like, you know what, fuck yeah, it's already too late to recall, so I might as well wait until I have my item, which is still a bad thing to do.
Yeah, that's still really. Do you know chess?
Chess? No.
Chess, but
no. I think I know.
Well, yeah, have you never played chess?
Oh, chess. Okay, my fault. I thought you said.
Yeah.
I thought you said.
Okay,
no,
my bad.
I know chess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, this is like watching a low rated game where one opponent is hanging their queen, and you have like a bishop here that can take the queen, and you're just like playing the game. You're just moving a pawn, and you're just playing it like you have this massive blind spot of
Right.
Like their queen is fucking hanging, and you don't
Right.
take it. Like that's what I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
Like you would know, oh, wait, this is not a good chess player. What the fuck? They can take their queen and they're just playing the game. Like this is what's happening right now. You have 2.7k gold, you're not spending it, and you're just like farming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening. Like, why do you not take their queen? Their queen is hanging. Do you not see it?
It gets even worse. Like, what am I doing? Like, I keep going. I push another wave.
No way.
And come to this. No,
Nah,
I
it's
decide not to go to this
ridiculous.
side.
This.
Yeah. And then here, this is when I decide to back because like I see them winning the because they just nuke him because they're so
Okay.
strong. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go push that tower.
It's very. This is very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
What time is it? Okay, we're running out of time here, but
Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
like you have all this knowledge. When I ask you about a bunch of concepts in isolation, you have like this all this good knowledge, and when I see you play here, you just have this massive blind spot for like a ridiculous concept. Like it's like asking a chess player, and he would be like, "Yeah, a fork is when the knight jumps in, and you fork like the king, and you can take two pieces." But like, yeah, that's true. That's usually lower rated players don't know about that concept. But then you watch him play, and he's like, "Bro, take his fucking queen."
Right.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? It's like you're completely overwhelmed. You just like completely forgot about backing.
Yeah.
Crazy. There's no way you stay. Like, it's
I'm telling you, I had so much
crazy.
and then I decided to back. But by then, it's like the game is already over. Like,
Yeah.
I was on the map for nearly 4 or 5 minutes.
4k gold, that's criminal.
Yup. And then we just and here I played simply misplayed this fight. Like this game, that fight should have been won, but yeah.
Okay, let's see this fight. At least you have spent your gold, now you're like
Yeah. Wait, what's
3 times as strong, maybe 4 times as strong. Okay, takes the Amumu Q.
I could have dodged it if I like either flashed or had E. I think I had E too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like personally, I would probably have kited. I would just probably stand.
That side.
Yeah, I would probably have kited more here because you're kind of running into the darkness over here,
Yeah.
and ultimately Vex does come from that angle, so you have less time to react to the ulti. Imagine you're over here, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have vision when she's walking in, and you're gonna be able to react much quicker. But yeah, I'm literally nitpicking right now compared to like that recall.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even matter what I said compared to that recall. Like
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. And then they just end.
yeah, your team just kind of absolutely stopped. Well, I'm gonna do. Let's see. Major learning objective. Recall timing. Spend your gold. And then I'm gonna have like else, whatever. Level 2 race. 1 wave, 3 melees for level 2. Try, like, if we don't have to leash, we can get push. And then, like, use pot in fight. I'm gonna actually, this is so minor compared to the other points. Let's do, like, minor. Matchup, right? Think about the matchup. Supports, decide it. We have like the rock paper scissors, the catch, the poke, and the trait. What else do we have? A minion aggro. Let's see. What else do we have? Is there anything else I mentioned that was big here? We did talk about the items a bit, like pull,
Oh yeah.
non-defensive, like endurance equals early game fighting, cool skating. It doesn't mean you can't fight when you buy coal, not at all. You can, but you kind of like, yeah, you're at a disadvantage a bit. But if they can never hit you, it obviously doesn't matter how much HP you have. Is there anything else here I talked about?
Also
race,
the wave state. I guess that works with recall timing.
The wave what?
Like wave state, like looking at the wave state before you recall or so.
Oh yeah.
But that's recall timing.
Yeah, I guess that's recall timing. So let's talk about, so recall timing would be like when to recall. You want to recall with a high value recall would be resources, like a low resources. Sources like mana, HP. High gold can buy item, or generally like 900 plus, I would say ish.
Okay.
I mean, even 700 gold, honestly, like that's double longsword. That's 20 AD. Yeah. That's big. Right? That's big. That's a lot of AD.
Yeah.
And obviously when I say can buy item, if you have 300 gold, but that's generally like that's very low amount of gold, right? But if that means you can finish your Infinity Edge or your Static Shiv, that's big, right? It's going to be a big high value recall. So that's why we can't only look at the gold. We look at the power spikes. Right? Okay. And so low resources, high gold means we want to recall, but how can we recall? We need the wave state. We don't want to lose stuff for recalling. We can't just randomly press recall all the time. We want to make sure we don't lose the wave, so we lose golden XP and give them plates and tower damage. So, good wave state. So it would be like crashed wave. Their wave is far away. Or like neutral wave state / pushing into you and no one is there. So let's say, so look at this here. This is what I mean with that point, like a neutral wave state or wave pushing into you and no one there. The MF was dead here. Pantheon is not going to be able to push it. He doesn't even want to take the creeps. So you can see that you can have 3 minions, new waves coming. It's going to be closer to their side. It's eventually going to push into you, right? This is a bit advanced wave-wise, but I think you can understand that it's going to push into you if you think about it here.
They're going to come there first, and they're going to be reinforcements first. Yeah.
And it's going to be closer to their side. They're going to meet closer to their side, which means the next wave that's eventually coming will become faster, which means they will start DPSing, which means they will start, the wave will basically start moving here. So now you can recall. You can recall because it's pushing into you. The problem is when it's pushing away from you, it means your wave is then killing their wave and moving forward. So it's denying the enemy creeps from you. That's the problem. Then we lose it a lot. But when their wave is pushing, their wave is just like winning the war, I guess. So they're just killing your creeps and most of them survive.
Yeah.
So you're not going to lose that much in the end. That's why this is a good recall here. And you went for this option, right? You went for crashed wave.
Yeah.
It's a smart option, right? It's a good option. But here it's not a good option because you actually couldn't crash. You couldn't crash because MF came in. Look, we couldn't crash. So it wasn't a good option here.
Yeah.
So that's why we wanted to pick the other option of like just recalling right away.
I feel like that's really important, especially on Zeri, because I could just wall dash over and get there really quick.
And this is hard, right? This is hard. Like in the game, in the heat of the moment, you're gonna have to make that decision now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's hard. When if I show people this, you can show like any player this, they're probably gonna like in isolation understand
Yeah.
or like figure out the right move here. But when they're in the game, at this particular moment, they need to like make the
Make
decisions.
the call. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on those things.